Dun dun dun! So, today we are going to film my highlights reel for my last period. I apologize, it has been so long. I'm launching another business, and that has taken up a lot of my time. I still love you guys, and I, am here. So, my period was from September 17th to the 26th, and then I've been spotting like every 3 days since then, and it's just for just a couple hours, which I'm really confused about. This is the first time that's happened to me. I honestly believe I'm going through menopause or something. I don't know. Alright, so on the 17th, it was a Thursday. On a Thursday. I just had some spotting, so I wore my half pads. Some of my symptoms were like, I use period tracker, a period tracker, and their star system is 1 to 4, 4 being the worst, for symptoms. So that's how I track my symptoms. I had a 4 for body aches and breast tenderness and sensitivity. Meaning if I brushed, and we're going to get real here, if I brushed my breast up against anything, my shirt, my husband, anything, it hurt. And my backaches were a 3. I could do without backaches. I don't believe I had any cramping. I didn't write it down. And then on the 18th, it was the same thing. Body aches, breast tenderness, sensitivity, backaches. And again, I just used some half pads. I don't know exactly which ones, as I washed 3 times during this cycle. So, and then the third day, I wore the Lena cup for like a half an hour to the pool. And then I wore the Iris cup. I ended up cutting that stem off, guys. It did start to irk me. I do have a review coming up for this soon. I believe I've used it enough. So oh no, this is the eye care. Did I say eye care? I don't know. No. Iris. Oh my gosh, I have too many eye cups. Iris cup and the Lena cup. I wore the Lena cup to the pool. This is my pool cup. Just because it's short and stout and I can always count on it and it pops open easy. And so that third day, all of these are 4 stars, okay? I was unable to concentrate. I would forget my son's name, body aches, and I was tired and stressed, and again, that breast tenderness and sensitivity. On the 20th, the third day, I also wore these pads. Cozy Folk, review coming up on this. So Salty, review coming up on these. And then Pickle Pads, review coming up on these. So these are the Pickle Pads. I only wore these once for like 20 minutes. We'll talk about why later. So the 20th, the 4th day, I had a very, very heavy flow. I had a lot of clotting. I wore the eye care. Ugh. The Eva cup. The Lena for the pool. I did a lot of cups that day. It was a bad day. And then I ultimately ended with the Iris cup because of its firmness. It's a very soft cup. I ultimately ended up with this cup. My 4 stars for shoulder aches, and I was very, very irritable and bloating. I remember this day. And my cramping was at a 2. And for me, that's huge because I can usually breathe my cramps away. So, yeah, it was pretty bad that day. The 21st, the 5th day, I was heavy, and I wore my Iris cup and the Lena cup for the pool. You can count on me wearing the Lena cup to the pool, okay? And I wore a couple pads. Again, I'm going to tell you guys, some of my favorite pads are stained because I really just don't care. So here you go, stained. These are my absolute favorite pads to wear on heavy days. These are some of the first ones I made. And I used way too much for the core because I didn't know what I was doing. But they are just soft little private pillows. I love them. So that day, a 4 for body aches, and I had a lot of shoulder pain. I don't know if that was because I was swimming or if it's just because that's the day it was. And I had some major cravings. I remember getting upset with my husband because he wouldn't go buy me popcorn. Extra butter movie theater popcorn. I wanted him to go to the movie theater and get me popcorn. He wouldn't do it. And then my cramps again were at it too. This the 6th, 7th, and 8th day were just a regular flow. I wore a lot of half pads, and I wore just some pads that I made in the beginning. And of course, the leno for the pool. I only used a cup for the pool on those days. I was sick of using a cup by then, as that's what usually happens. You know, we're 6, 7, and 8 days now. I'm sick of cups. Please don't get me wrong. I love my cups. I just get tired of having to deal with it by this time. The 9th day, again, I got very, very clotty. And I used the Lana cup for the pool and the Eva cup this time. The Eva cup was the only one that would open for me. I wanted desperately to wear my Dutches. I did not because it's a softer cup. It wouldn't open, so I had to go to the Eva cup. It's still a softer-ish cup, but the rim is a little bit firmer because of that reinforcement, I believe. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's what it is, but so I was very, very, very cloudy. I was wearing cups and regular pads, and both of them were, because the clot would fill up the cup so quickly, I would then spill out over, and we're talking like just a couple hours, spill out over onto the pads. This is a Nirvana cloth pad, and she embroiders this is a regular moderate. She embroiders that right in there. And these are just ones that I made. So I wore these that day. They're Nirvana cloth. Excuse me. And the cups. And I was, oh my goodness, still coming on through. For cravings, I wrote this down because, again, I had to argue with my husband about it. I wanted peanut butter cups and tomatoes together. I don't know why. And 3 for confusion that day. I was pretty confused. And that breast sensitivity was back. And then I had some gas and all over muscle pain, like total body aches. And I was just really irritable. And on the 10th day, I was pretty spotty for about 3/4 of the day. So I just wore some half pads and, of course, the leno for the pool. And then I was finished. And then about 3 days after that, I started spotting again. So, of course, I just wear my half pads. And I don't know what's going on. I just spot for a couple hours and then I'm done for like 3 days. And then this is the 3rd time I've spotted for a couple hours. So, I don't know what's happening. So, again, I have reviews coming on some of these pads that you've seen today. Somebody requested I do like a highlight reel. So this is my highlight of my period and my walkthrough and why I wore what I wore. If you like this style better than what I wore this month, please let me know. If it's a little too long for you or you really don't care, let me know. I'm not fond of what I wore this month videos. Everybody does them. I wear the same stuff all the time. So I feel they're a little bit redundant for me to do. Please comment down below what you would like to see from me, and I will do my very best to accommodate the masses. I love you guys. Thank you for your patience. And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful day.